one.
What up? What up? What up? It's RJ Fancy Football Talk, and we are back. It's week 8. Hey, I hope y'all had a good week last week. We're gonna talk about it. We got some mid-season awards we going over. Y'all let us know in the chat what y'all think, who y'all think deserve awards. But you know what it is. It's Rodney. This is Jay. What's up, bro?
Hey, is your sound on? Cause
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
yeah, I'm hearing the
Uh,
show in the background. Oh, somebody's joint.
my bad.
Oh, oops,
That's
that was
Oh,
me.
me.
at any
That
rate,
was me.
Sorry.
hey, it's all good. It's all
That,
good.
that
We're
was me.
doing better than we did last week. Last week was a challenge. So again, thanks to everybody that stuck around and watched us. Probably like a half an hour or 40 minutes behind the schedule. But it's good to be back. Last week I won one game. It was miserable. It was terrible. It was awful. I tripled that total this week. So I won 3 games out of my 10 leagues. So I'm still mad. I'm still terrible, and I hope that
Don't
maybe
be mad. Don't
things
be
are getting
mad.
better.
Don't be mad, man.
It's what it
It's
is.
okay. You gotta be mad.
Welcome, Orlando Lewis out there, joining us. How about you? How'd you do this week?
I went 4-2 this week. I, you know, I'm winning some games, man. I
Yeah,
lost the game because my quarterback got hurt. So we're not hurt, but he didn't play well Monday night. I was supposed to
yeah.
win, but it's cool though. I take that. You know, it. I'm doing better. I'm getting the wins back, and it's starting to look good for me. So I ain't tripping.
You are on a 5 game winning streak in one of your leagues. I know SMFL. Shout
I,
out to those guys.
I do a little bit. I
Yeah.
don't talk too much. You know,
That
just
league,
a
for those
tad
that
bit.
don't know, we've been playing in that league for 20 years now, and I am the best in that league because I've won the championship 3 times. Shout out our boy Fred, who's also won the league 3 times. You won it twice.
I
Um,
won it twice.
my father's
I've
won
been
it
to a lot of
twice.
championships though.
Man, we ain't gonna talk about
So
championships because I've been to.
man, I've been to a lot of
I'm the
championships over there
Buffalo
and not a loss,
Bills.
man.
Yo, I've been to that championship 4 years in a row and lost. Uh, and it hurts. So I'm trying to win it
Yeah.
this year. The special
Look,
20 year.
I'm trying to win it too. I get close. Was I there last year? I think I was there last year and I lost last year.
Yeah,
I get close every year and I lose.
yeah.
But you know,
It's been a long time since either one of us won that league. So
oh man, it used to be me and you every year. They
every
used to
year,
hate that
right?
over there.
so so
They used to
people.
hate that. Y'all cheating, man. Y'all helping each other, man. No, we pretty good at what we do.
Yeah.
So
So,
I
but
guess, man, you want to say that, but yeah.
I say that that league is my best this year. Oh, hold on. What are you you're moving something around? You're causing
Nah, that's
static.
me. I'm just moving.
Stop moving it.
I'm
But
sorry. I'm just moving my computer.
it's year 20. So between you and me, man, would you leave that stuff alone?
I'm sorry. I, I'm back. Moving.
Okay. Between the two of us, I was gonna say one of us needs to win it this year, just to return some normalcy. Shout out Nita, in the audience. Hola, I see you out there. Fortunately, I'm getting bad reports from Nita Bracy out there that she's giving up hope. I know she's
Why
having
you giving
some.
up hope?
She's having a rough go, but hey, I already told y'all last week. If you hit that wire one more time, you might not hear it.
I ain't do nothing. I'm
Oh,
At any rate,
sorry. I'm gonna leave it alone.
at any rate, Nina,
Okay, I'm sorry.
keep the faith and do your best to not give up and keep on going. Let's bring in our
So
producer. Oh, wait, what were you gonna say?
what's Nita record? Is she like 1-5 or something, or is she just is a lost cause? Oh, okay.
Let's
Just
see.
asking.
She's putting some sisterly advice out there about Mayfield and Jalen Hurts. Yeah, yeah. We're talking about those players and some more coming up. Let's join in with the producer. How are things going on your end, man? Fantasy football still sucks.
okay, so yes, fantasy football still sucks. And before I give in my plug of
Cookies.
eat a cookie, I do want to give myself props. I finally got my first
Okay.
win. in the Dynasty League.
Hey, bravo. How'd you get a win in the Dynasty League, I wonder?
That
I was about to say, I don't know. No, I have to do this plug. So, all of you out there in internet world that listen to R&J Fantasy Football Talk, which you should, weekdays.
Every Wednesday at 9 p.m.
Wednesdays at 9 o'clock on
9
YouTube
o'clock.
and Facebook. The J of R&J gave me some really good advice to pick up a player. I don't remember his name, so you're going to have to fill in the
Rodney Gadsden.
There you go, because I'll come up with something that's my own invention of his name. That won't be his name, but what he said, I picked him up. He's a rookie, and he gave me like crazy amount of points.
He put like 50 points up in that league or some crazy, insane number.
Yeah, it was a crazy, insane number, and it pushed me over to the top, and I won. So that's how I got my first win in that one. I'm never going to win in the church league that you are talking about, so that's why this still applies.
So we're still eating cookies over
And
this.
so tonight's cookie, in case you all are wondering, just to give a little background, this weekend there was, the March Parade protest, whatever you want to call it, the No Kings thing. And so tonight's cookie is, I featured this before, it's called Stay Woke. So I call it that because it's a chocolate cookie that has pecans in it, but there is a bit of espresso powder in there. You can't taste it. It doesn't taste like coffee, I promise. Many people have had it. It just tastes like a really good chocolate cookie. The coffee in there is just enhanced the chocolate. This is the baker coming out of me. But I figured this was appropriate for what's going on, what happened. But this is the cookie of the week.
All right. Stay
okay.
woke. It's delicious.
I can dig
chocolate, if you like chocolate.
It's like a brownie. All I need, though, is a big old glass of milk to go with it. So, I
got
really
some water?
I got some water, but it ain't the same. I should really be rooting for your fantasy football teams to do well, but when she loses, I get cookies. So, ulterior motive, I'm kind of wishing bad things for the fantasy football team.
Oh, don't worry. In the church league, I'm never going to win, so there'll be another cookie next week.
I look forward to
it. The thing is, you should be able to win over there because
you're going to play somebody bad.
I would say
no,
half the league
I've lost against the worst people.
She did.
So,
oh God,
there's not a chance. My team sucks.
Oh God.
Hence.
Okay. All right.
Well, we'll hope for the best.
Yeah, it's kind of like that slogan back in the day. There's no hope for dope. There's no hope for.
Oh Lord.
No hope for Sydney's team. Well, we hope that it gets better. I say this though. I was kind of mad about that Rodney Gadsden advice I gave out because that was in our Dynasty League. I was like, I could have used that myself. Because, young guy, he's a rookie.
Thank you.
He's been doing well for actually the last couple of weeks. So I would say I hope he can keep it up for you, but he also plays for the Chargers, which is, in the same division. So I wish nothing but bad things for all of them. So we'll see.
Now I do want to say, I want to shout out myself for saying that Mr. Travis Hunter is on the way up.
Finally.
And if you got Travis Hunter, finally, and I feel like he's going to be more on that offensive side more than anything.
Yeah.
Now going forward. Now, I love the defense. Keep him at defense. Give him about 10 plays just to keep that. I can use him in that defensive slot because I got about 30 from that defensive slot for him last week. So I'll take that.
He was on a bye this week, so I'm kind of upset that he finally got it going, and now I have to go back to whatever. But it was crazy to me though because they didn't give him a defensive snap in the game until the second half. So I guess they wanted to really focus on getting him going offensively, which I was okay with because as we tried at the beginning, he was the cheat code. So I had him in as my defensive player, and so I appreciated the offensive production that he was giving me. And hopefully we see more of that. We're talking mid-season. It took until the midpoint for it to finally work out with our cheat code. Hopefully we see more of it coming up in the second half. We'll see. Sal, welcome to the show.
What's going on, Sal? Welcome to the show.
Somebody tried to trade, I guess, Bucky Irvin and Mayers. Is that
Kobe Myers?
Kobe Myers? Because I see a J there. because there's a Raiders player with the last name Mayer, but I'm assuming nobody wants him. He's
I'm
been filling
assuming
in
it's Jacoby
while
Myers.
he's been filling in while Brock Bowers been hurt. But yeah, Jacoby Myers. We got Bucky Irvin. For Cam, Scatterboo. Uh, he's 6-1 with A Chain, Jonathan Taylor, and Chuba Hubbard. What you think about that one?
Somebody tried to trade him Bucky Irvin
Uh-huh.
and Jacoby Myers for Cam Scatterboo. He already got A Chain,
Yeah.
JT, and Chuba Herbert. I ain't doing that.
If I'm 6 and
I ain't
one,
doing it. I ain't doing it. I'm gonna tell you why I ain't doing it. Because I don't know his league structure, but I'm assuming you got to play two running backs. So obviously you playing JT and A Chain, and then you probably got a flex spot or two. So you probably I'm playing Cam Scatterboo in that flex spot. Chuba Hubbard, you know I'm a Chuba Hubbard guy.
You are a Chuba
He
guy.
just got back from injury. And they're kind of splitting carries a little bit right now. So that's kind of I ain't gonna say a hit and miss, but you want to kind of play that close to the vest to see how that works out down the line. But I wouldn't trade Scatterboo because I'm playing Scatterboo, A Chain, and JT at the same time.
You were a big Scatterboo guy in the off season. In fact, picked him up in the
Yes.
Dynasty League. I hate your guts.
Scatterboo saved my season.
Yeah, in that Dynasty League, every running back I thought I was getting, somebody cut me off on. But more so Angels on the Hood, who really messed me up at the beginning of the draft. But that is the one thing my Dynasty team is missing. I have no running back production at all. But I'm with you.
Well, I came into the season with no running back, no second running back anyway, and Scatterboo saved me. So yes, I say keep Scatterboo. I would reject that trade ASAP.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really need like you said, it depends on the format, but you got enough ballers out there right now that you don't really need to make any changes. So appreciate the question. Here's also another one just came in. Has Pickens in his flex spot, but it was thinking the same thing that you were talking about with maybe Scatterboo, I guess, going in. So yeah,
Look, like and subscribe if you haven't yet. But I also want to know, is it a two receiver or a three receiver league? Because if I'm you, I'm finding a way to play Pickens also, because Dallas is the number one rated offense in the league right now, and all they do is throw the football. So you got to find a way to get those guys on it as much as you can. Get them in the lineup together. Because if you can get A-Chain, JT, and Pickens in the lineup together, there's a reason why you're 6-1.
yeah, that's a
So, but
championship team right there. And I don't
yeah,
even know who the
there's a reason
quarterback
why you're
is,
six and
and I
one.
don't even think it matters at this point because you can
Now,
put
not when you got at
with
least
that lineup.
not when you got those three players starting off with in that lineup, and I can imagine what else he got. So he got Chase as a one.
2-1 wide receiver. He has
Two.
Jerry Chase as wide receiver one. Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you can run Chase and Pickens, Scoutaboo, A Chain, JT. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna do
Yeah,
some work.
you're 6-1 for a reason. Yeah. So definitely
keep up the good work. You're doing better than I am. So
you're doing better than a lot of folks.
Yeah. So we wish you well. Thanks again for the questions.
Thanks.
Hit subscribe, tell your friends. RJ Fantasy Football Talk every Wednesday.
At 9 p.m.
9
At 9 p.m. Eastern.
9 p.m.
All right. I guess now is the time to hit some NFL news. There's been a few.
I mean, I only got two things right now. We're gonna talk about our. It's sad that I say this because that's it's Hall of Fame, Mike Evans. He's
first
out for the
ballot
season.
Hall of Famer Mike Evans, sir.
First ballot. No disrespect.
The
first
third
ballot
man
Hall
is
of
getting
Fame
education, but he does tune in, and so he's gonna get you.
First ballot
Hall
of Fame, Mike Evans.
Evans.
He's out for the season. I want to say it's a collarbone.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that though. What I want to say is a collarbone, which is he was fighting back to come back from another injury, and he got hurt the night he came back. So, but if you got Ibuka, or you had a chance to get Ibuka early, he'll step in, and Ibuka is going to do work and step in that place as that number one. Because Chris Godwin is still out too, so I don't think he's playing. Bucky Zerber's out, so they got a lot of injuries over there.
They've been making it work with duct tape and glue. Tez Johnson is another popular pickup to have up
Yes.
for that same situation. Ibuka's been putting in work, and even he was hurt for a while. So
Mm-hmm.
they make it. Baker's making it happen with whoever's there. So
Yeah.
yeah, it is a collarbone though. Just to verify what you said before. So
Okay.
yeah,
So I would say that and obviously Tua, not Tua, but Lamar Jackson returned to practice today. Don't know if he's gonna play, but he did return to practice. And uh, Jaden Daniels is out this week, if you
yeah.
need to know. So just get your lineup straight. Jaden Daniels not playing this week. Go get Marcus Mariota if you need to, or if you got a quarterback in place already, go grab them. But no Jaden Daniels this week.
Here's well, there's still more injuries we can talk about, but take a slight side detour from injuries to talk about a player that's just not good. Did you hear the comments Woody Johnson
Yeah, I've seen that.
made about Justin Fields?
You
It's,
know, I find that crazy because as the owner of that team, you signed that check to
no,
pay him $40 million um, for the 2 years that you signed him for. So for me, I think that's a contradiction of your statement that you're making there because you're paying him. Whether
yeah,
you like the way he's playing or not, you're paying him $20 million this year, $20 million next year to be the quarterback of this team. Well, we don't know if he's gonna start or not because they're not giving that information out.
right,
But at the same time, you signed the check. So
right,
what you mad about? I mean, that's like hiring somebody to the job and then you go back and say, you know what, he won't no good. But you hired him though. You're the hiring manager. You're the one that hired him. So what are we talking about?
yeah.
So I think it's kind of crazy for you to even go out there and put it out there in public like that. That's something you keep to yourself, in my opinion.
He's not a player, so I can't really say keep it in the locker room, but keep it within the organization. I guess is
He's the
the right
owner.
word. Yeah, he's the owner of it.
Keep
So
it. Keep that in that office, man.
yeah, but
No matter how you feel, you keep that between you and the coaches.
yeah. So do you see Tyrod Taylor being the man going forward, or do they give Justin Fields any more?
I mean,
Um,
unless they want to waste $40 million,
yeah,
I'm just saying, like, because I don't know if it's an out in that contract this year after next year, but
hmm
that's $40 million they're gonna have to pay him if you don't play him.
yeah.
So if you want to burn money up like that, that's fine. That's your money, not mine. But if you want to,
Look,
you got to play him
look,
at some point.
he,
But I
he
don't think he's a problem.
he
Not
is
all of
part
it
of the problem.
anyway.
Yeah, he had
He's part
negative
of the
he
problem.
had -10 passing yards the other week. Oh, by the way, I see Sal. Thanks for the sub, and also it's 10-man PPR. So that's a really good team for that. Going back to that question, and I see Carla out there too. Women's Fantasy Football League. Some of our most loyal viewers. So appreciate you joining in right there. But I was gonna say Justin Fields is part of the problem, and I talked about it because I made the idiot decision to start him over Joe Flacco this past week.
Yes.
I hate my
We ain't gonna talk
life.
about that though.
I'm gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna say we got a dude out here who threw for. Look, I said it before. You and I threw for more yards than Justin Fields did the last time he was out there, and that is just unacceptable. One of the biggest things I know he does is he holds the ball too long, and what I said was they need a super simple offense because you got to get.
Yes.
It's not like the offensive line is great, so you got to be able to make these quick throws, quick decisions, and I don't think the offense is really helping him. What do you think of Glenn as a coach? What he did at least give him, I guess, a vote of confidence. Is he? Because when you see a lot of
I
he's a
mean, when
defensive guy. A lot of times we see these defensive guys not quite have the offense working. Is he part of the
it
problem?
puts
Because you
me
said
in
it's
a.
not all Justin.
It's not all Justin because when you don't have the O line to help Justin,
Yeah,
that's one. And then when you have the defense is good, but the defense ain't great. And then honestly, he was missing his best receiver.
yeah. Garrett
We don't even
Wilson's
know
hurt.
who the second receiver is. So can you totally like honestly? Because before last game, and I'm not saying he's playing great, but he wasn't playing that bad for them to say, you know what, it's all Justin's fault.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, Justin does. He got to take responsibility for some of it. But when you don't have your best receiver, and then you don't know, I can't even name a second receiver. That and we watch football on a regular basis. I couldn't even tell you who their second receiver is or their tight end. I
Well, the
just know their
tight
running
end
back obviously.
actually have their tight end. Mason Taylor, he did nothing though, but he had some good weeks. But I would say
Again,
he's
and then
probably
all you
there.
notice.
He probably is their second. It's a very similar situation to the Raiders, where you really have a decent wide receiver and then your tight
Mm-hmm.
end, and that's really it.
Yeah, that's it. But you can't. I, I think the coach. He's not a bad coach. He reminds me of
Mm-hmm.
the coach from Detroit. But see what the thing about the coach from Detroit, he is a defensive minded coach,
Mm-hmm.
but he surrounded himself with a great offensive
Yeah, he did.
coordinator, and he left it alone, and he let them be the guy. You run your offense, I run my defense. We go from there. Same thing in Washington. He's a defensive minded coach,
Uh huh.
but he went and got an offensive minded coach and said, "Look, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I'm not getting your way, and I'm gonna let you
Uh
run
huh.
your own offense. I'm not gonna step in your way. You do what you need to do, and you bring in the players. If you want this player, we're gonna get it for you to make it work for you." That's what he needs. He needs to
He
bring in
needs
a
a better
great
offensive
offensive
mind.
coordinator,
I give you that.
in that way that he can just step away and he can concentrate on the defense. Or bring in a defensive guy and you just concentrate on being a head coach. I think they get it wrong by trying to be the defensive coordinator and the head coach at the same time. And you got an incompetent offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
It don't work that way. You got to get something. Both of them got to be great, and you got to manage at that point. You manage those two coaches, and Detroit did it for years before they split.
Yeah.
And that's what Glenn did. It. He was the defensive coordinator, and you
Mm-hmm.
had the other guy that was the offensive coordinator, and the head coach just allowed them to be them. That's what he got to do. Right? Use that format. You was in it for years.
Yeah.
I don't know why he won't follow it. Follow the same format.
Hey, good offensive coordinators can be difficult to find, but they need to find somebody to put something together. Because Justin Fields has a lot of flaws, but
He does.
I think he can play in this league given the right situation. And
Well, I
right now,
think he
the
should have
Jets
stayed in
aren't that
Pittsburgh.
situation.
I
Oh,
think Pittsburgh was his best place for him,
yeah,
but they didn't really want him.
yeah. That's
So
why they
that
didn't
kind of goes
really
hand
have
in.
the
They
belief.
you gotta go hand in hand with each other. They didn't want him, and the fact that I think he was better suited for Pittsburgh's offense. But the complaint was again they didn't have he couldn't get the ball down the field. That's why they went to Russ
Yeah.
last year. So I get it, but and my question for you is, at this point, is he a career backup going forward, or does he get another shot?
I say this: if he doesn't get it straightened out this year, I'm not saying career backup, but he's not going to get a starting job next year. Not like he did this year. I'll say that.
Okay.
We got a question out there. Part of this is a bye week. DeAndre Swift and Goddard are questionable. Who are you putting in?
First,
I
I
think
will wait
Goddard's
to
going to
see
play
this.
though. I wouldn't be too worried about
God
that.
is gonna play, and I think Swift gonna play too.
Yeah.
I will wait. I will wait to at least have somebody on standby.
Mm-hmm.
Um, by Saturday, and then come Sunday, and then you can put that player in. Because normally, what I do if a player's playing at a certain time,
Mm-hmm.
say it's 1 o'clock or four, like late game, like 4 o'clock, you find somebody that plays at four that's gonna be competent, that can get you some points, obviously, and you have them on the bench. That way, if Swift doesn't play, you can throw him in the game at 4 o'clock. Same thing with Goddard is another
Yeah.
one. So I think they should play. So just hold off to Saturday or Sunday morning. That way you
Okay.
would know if they're gonna play or not. Because nowadays the way they leak out news,
Yeah.
they'll tell you on a Friday or
Yeah.
Saturday if they're playing or not. So
I
it
was
don't
gonna
matter.
say you probably have a better idea of Friday. I would throw out like I think Goddard you're gonna be fine with. It's that
Hmm.
time where hey we're mid season awards, so we're at that part of the season where everybody's questionable at some point, and that's just gonna get
Yeah,
worse, right? But if
yeah.
I'm worried about Swift, I might pick up the rookie running back to have there if I can stash him on my bench. Kyle Monagwe, Monagai. I'm gonna say it wrong, but
Yeah.
if you look on a rookie, he's the only rookie running back they got. Kyle, I know, and starts with an
Mhm.
Monangai. He's the person I might consider picking up if I want a little bit of insurance. But thanks for the
I
question.
mean, honestly. The thing with running backs this year, you got a handful that's great, and then you got a lot that are going to be pretty much splitting carries or in the backfield a little bit. They're not going to get as many touches as you want them to get to satisfy you, unless you got the big guys. So just kind of find somebody to get your points because it's a bad week. Everybody on buys this week. So
I know, right?
Especially the main guys. The Rams, look, those are my guys that they on buys. They're killing me this week.
I got a lot of Rams players. I have a lot of Detroit players. This one league I'm in, I'm pretty much throwing up the white flag. I'm surprised I even filled out the roster. So I'm fully prepared to take a couple of L's this week. Let's keep the news going. Russ, Danger Russ, getting in a little bit of a beef spat with his former coach.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? To me, it don't make sense. Honestly, man, I feel like Russ, at this point in his career, I'm not saying retire tomorrow.
I'm saying retire tomorrow.
I'm saying
continue.
No. I'm saying finish out the season. Obviously.
Yeah, he still has money he's collecting. So no.
Yeah, finish out the season, get your money. I'm not. Hey, I'm not against nobody getting their money. Get your money and go home, bro. Like, cause you bouncing from team to team for these that. Yeah, think about it. He was in Denver, he was in Pittsburgh, and now he's in New York. It's like now they don't want you. Every team that has gotten you has moved on to somebody younger. So it seemed like you would just, hey, you made your money. Like seriously, Denver, he made a lot of money from Seattle. He made a lot of money from Denver. So I would just, in the urge to still to play, I get. But at some point, you got to be like, you know what? I'm just going to go home. And getting this spats with people is stupid. It don't make sense at this point in his career. He's 35, 36, man. Just, it is what it is. Go home, bro. Sorry, Sierra. I know you. Go home, though.
I'm with you. Collect those checks, and look, you're the backup now. You're not supposed to have headlines. That's my only thing about, like, no one cares about the backup. Just sit down, get your checks. But I will say I'm not a big fan of Sean Payton either.
Sean Payton didn't like him anyway.
Yeah,
but that's known. That's a known fact. Yeah. Anytime you cut a person and you still owe them $90 to $100 million, you don't like that person. Matter of fact, you can't stand them. You just don't look. Get away from me. I don't want you here.
In what you can do. So I dig it. Going back to my mom's question about, she also has Derrick Henry. Yeah, I mean, if he's available for you to,
I'm trying Derrick Henry anyway.
Sorry, he's been a disappointing player this season, but you still start him, especially if you're having other issues. So yeah, that should work out. But still look at that rookie if you got space on to stash, at least on your roster. Other NFL news, or we want to jump into some mid-season awards?
Let's jump into some mid-season awards, man.
All right, so we have finished the first 7 weeks of the season, everybody. So week 14 is the end of the season. So this is the part where we reflect on what we've seen for the first half and maybe project with what we expect to happen in the second half. So we're going to throw out some awards we want to give to everybody. Or not to everybody, to the players we think deserve it the most. And as always, if you're in the audience, follow along with us. Put in your suggestions for these awards. You want to give out shout outs for people on your team that may have helped you or hurt you in this first half of the fantasy football season. Hey, welcome, Zion. Good to have you on the show. I'm still mad about Zion beating me at the beginning of the year in that comedy club league, but it's cool. I'm gonna be over it eventually. But
at some point,
but thanks for joining us. So where do we want to start with the awards?
Go with the MVP.
Oh, we
go with the big boy.
All right.
Just straight to the top, work our way down, man. Come on. I start if you want me to.
Go for it.
I'm gonna do co-MVPs on this one. So I'm gonna say Justin Herbert is one, and I'm gonna say Jonathan Taylor is two. So I'm gonna give out a co-MVP to those two guys. And the reason I'm giving those two guys, one, Justin Herbert came in this season, and if you know what he did last year, they coming off of a season where You know Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh is a running coach
Yeah.
down to the bone. He does not want to pass. But it was surprising that he came out and actually threw the ball this year, which me and you have talked about all season. Like, yo, he's really throwing the ball this year. And Justin Herbert is Justin Herbert again that we know of.
Yeah.
So Justin Herbert is just killing it. He's close to 2,000 yards already in the season. So 19, he got 1,019, 1,913 yards already. He's number one in rush and passing yards. So definitely him. And then Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor came in not as the number one. I don't even think number two running back this year in fantasy, but he's the number one with 697 yards on the ground already. And he's the reason why they win the games and why Daniel Jones is what Daniel Jones is today.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Well, I had a few people I was nominated. One of them is Jonathan Taylor. For all the reasons that you said before, Jonathan Taylor has been that guy that since he's been a rookie has been one of those. He has the potential to be the best running back in the league. Hasn't quite lived fully up to it this year. Some of it's been health, some of it's the Colts. What can you expect? But he's balling out this year, and for fantasy production, you got him later than you were getting him in some of these previous years when it was more hype. So he definitely is on my list. I got another run. All my MVP candidates were running backs. It was Jonathan Taylor. I had Bijan Robinson, who also is a guy a lot of people.
I mean, that's the obvious pick.
He's
I would say Bijan, but
he's doing
it.
524 on the ground, but also complementing that with the 390 receiving yards. He's been it for Atlanta. And if you have Bijan on your team, I have him for one.
You're winning games.
You're winning some games. I'm not winning enough games, as I've alluded to before, but Bijan Robinson's doing work. But the third guy, running back, is the one I'm actually going to give my MVP trophy to. Your guy, Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, look.
In a team
I would say, look.
Yeah.
I would say this. I was one of the ones that said, look, and I still feel that way to a certain point, that because it's still so scary the way they use him.
Yeah.
It's scary. It really is, man. Like, they had some audio from last week when it was a third down, and Kyle Shanahan was about to bring him out the game, but he was like, no, go back in. I need you to run this play. Things like that scare me because it's like he was tired. He's like, look, I need a breather. And Kyle was like, no, I need you to go back in the game.
Yeah.
That scares me a lot to the point where I still feel a certain way about it. But hey, the man is balling. You got to give it to him. But that scares me, though. I'm just saying.
Midpoint for the fantasy season, he already has 1,000 all-purpose yards for your fantasy football team. So CMC is doing it, but I'm also scared because of his workload. We talked about right now with a lot of running backs, they're in committees. They're not going to get the touches. They're going to run Christian McCaffrey into the ground, and they kind of have to because they've had so many injuries like everywhere on their team that they just keep using him. He just have 2 bad knees like a season ago.
Yeah,
and now
I'm telling you, it scares me, man. It's scary.
It terrifies me for a fantasy standpoint that are they going to run him in the ground too soon, and then when I need him in the playoffs, will he be gone? I don't know. I hope. Hey, fingers crossed that it works out for them. Well, not really because I don't like the 49ers, but I hope for him and for those that have Christian McCaffrey on their fantasy football teams, he can continue this kind of production to help you guys out. But I'm a little bit scared, so I'm giving him this midseason award now because I don't know whether I'll be able to give him the final season MVP. We'll see how it goes. But he's been working.
I say, look, long as you got him, you play him.
Of course.
And you play him with confidence. But it's just, I'm telling you, it's scary, man. Like,
throw up a couple of Hail Marys.
It's scary
I'm not
because
Catholic,
of the
but
fact
whatever
that,
Catholic people say, do some prayers and rosaries and all that stuff, that he can make it through the season.
I mean, that video alone shows he calls for a breather and just go back in the game. I'm like, wait a minute, why? Because
it's crazy.
You don't want to do that. You want to kind of let him catch his breath a little bit. But hey, to each his own, though, but hey, that's really your MVP. I give you that.
Yeah.
So, yes.
He's doing it in the NFL and he's doing it for fantasy. Welcome, Catherine Bracey.
Yep.
Good to have you on the show. Before we move on to the next award, and again, in the audience, if you have an MVP candidate you want to throw in, see Carla mentioned Bijan Robinson to definitely give him some love. Let us know in the comments who else you think we should give some props to. Before we move on from CMC, though, did you see the Hugh Hefner smoking jacket he got in the last game?
Yes. You see, him and Trent Williams got it.
National Running Backs Day. And they also gave it to a defensive player.
Yeah, it was National Running Backs Day. And it was the offensive line got that same thing. So they had like the jacket, the red jacket. It was pretty dope though. It was dope. It kind of good because they trying to go off the national tight end thing. We got National Tight End Day. Now they got National Running Back Day. So they like, well, you know what? We gonna make something out of that, but they got to build on that a little bit more. So, but it was cool. It was cool thought though.
Yeah, it was nice. They had a little chain. It was cheap.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It looked cheap. Oh god,
very cheap.
Yeah. One about to talk. They said it on the broadcast. It was like, yeah, man, the chain was pretty cheap. But I was like, okay, all right then. Kill them while they down.
I know, right? So, that's the MVP candidates. How about we jump to Rookie of the Year candidates? Who do you got?
That's tough because a lot of the rookies they not playing great, or they playing bad, or they just start playing.
Mm-hmm.
So you really don't know who to really give it to.
Yeah, there's some debate.
It's a debate. To me, it's a little bit of it's 2 or 3 candidates because of the time frame they playing in. You can say Cam Scatterboo is one just because he came on the scene late and started doing work. Even Jackson Dart to a certain point came on. But it's hard, man, because I would say Scatterboo more than Jackson Dart, but I'm gonna say Scatterboo just because of the fact that the impact he has had when he was in the lineup, because he's hard to tackle and he runs mean. So I definitely would say Cam Scatterboo right now, but I think they would more likely will give it to a Jackson Dart at this point because I can't give it to Cam Ward. Cam Ward has played bad. He's made mistakes, and it comes with being a rookie, obviously. But this class ain't the greatest. Even the running back from New England who was supposed to do something, he ain't seen the field.
I got some words on that, but I'm gonna let you finish. But he's on my
list. He's not seeing the field. So a lot of them are not seeing the field this year, to be honest with you. If you really think about it, so the ones that are is really you're not gonna go Dylan Gabriel, you're not gonna go Cam Ward. So the 2 covers really is Cam Scatterboo and Jackson Dart. So, but I'm gonna have to say Cam Scatterboo out of everybody.
I put Cam Scatterboo and Jackson Dart on my list, but I had a slash. I consider them as one player, and I know they do different positions, but for me, I put them in a category of you didn't really expect, most likely, for them to have big impacts on your fantasy football team in year 1.
Exactly.
You was like, okay, I'm gonna put them in because at some point you knew they were going. You knew because if you followed, we talked about Russell Wilson before. You knew at some point they were going to switch off from Russell Wilson to Jackson Dart. You knew at some point that Cam was going to start to eat into Tyrone Tracy's carries. So you kind of had expectations, but probably later in the year expectations for that transition to happen. But I put them both up there because they're definitely giving you some fantasy production early, I would say, in the season.
Yeah.
I had another 2 rookies up there that I had bigger expectations for that I want to include. One is the tight end position, Tyler Warren in Indianapolis. Right now, he is the 3rd ranked tight end in fantasy football. And if you get that production from a rookie, because you did not have to put a big draft pick on him as well, there were higher expectations, I think, for him to contribute early in the season. But you're getting you're getting the number 3 tight end, and you probably drafted him as the maybe 10th tight end off the board. So you're living beautiful with that. But I'm going to actually give the award to a guy I was big on in the offseason that he has been paying dividends, and that's Ibuka. in Tampa Bay. That wide receiver, a lot of it due to the
But
injuries to Chris Godwin and to Mike Evans.
That's another situation, though.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, that's another situation because he came in late. He came in and like I think with this rookie class as opposed to last year, or even year before that with Jaden Daniels. So with this rookie class, you got to think about it. A lot of these guys are not starting from day one or week one and making an impact. They're coming in weeks 3, 4, 5, and then they're starting to kind of make their impact.
I'll say Ibuka's different. He did make an impact from week one because he had to. It's just the fact of because of the
he did, but like
he had to come in and immediately help your fantasy.
I mean, I would agree with that, but but for me, because when I say Jackson, like when you think about the Giants, right?
Yeah.
You think about how they started with Russ and everybody, and it was the energy was so low in New York.
Yeah.
Before they even got in a lineup. The Giants are a totally different team with Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo, just in general now, because they are a lot of people got them because when you think about it in the beginning, oh yeah, the Giants, that's an easy win. You can chalk that up as a W. But now you really can't because they play, and I don't know if they playing hard or they just playing just to be backyard football or whatever you want to call it, but they're bringing some type of energy because again, you knew Russ was going to get benched. Now, like you said, Ibuka had to step in, which I love Ibuka, by the way. He's going to be phenomenal, especially with we don't know what Godwin's going to be next year. We don't even know what Mike Evans is going to be next year. We just know because they both of them hurt.
Yeah.
And they're kind of on the latter stage of their career, so they got to kind of move forward.
Yeah.
So they know they got Ibuka to fill in. Oh, he's that number one because he's going to have to be the number one going forward now anyway.
Yep.
So a lot of that, for me, it's like I get it, but who makes and that award should go to who makes the bigger impact on a team. And I think between those two, they make a bigger impact because they lifting the whole team. When you got,
are you saying they're the rookie of the year for the NFL or for your fantasy football team?
I would say fantasy because, and it's obviously the fantasy show, but I would say fantasy because if you think about Ibuka is winning you games, yes, but Cam Scatterboo is coming in and one thing about running backs, it's such a weak class in general. And I ain't talking about just rookies. I'm talking about in general, running backs are weak. So Cam Scatterboo probably is a top 5 running back, top 10 running back right now as a rookie going into next year. So I mean, I don't know if you agree with that, but I'm just saying to me, I think that's the case. Scatterboo they was raved, talking crazy about him. He's gonna be good. We know he's gonna be good. Yeah. But do you put him in the top 10 running backs right now?
He'd probably be around the back end of that top 10.
Back end, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably fair. I say
he's making a big...
for me, for fantasy purposes, I'm more impressed with Ibuka because mainly I have him in so many leagues, and I'm seeing week to week how he's making a change. But if we're gonna talk about, and you mentioned how they lifting the team, if we're talking the culture between Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo, they have changed the Giants, and I would give you that. In a real NFL sense, they have breathed life into that team, and so they're good candidates as well. So you're gonna, and if you're on Dynasty, I'm happy with any of these guys that we mentioned because
I got him in Dynasty.
Yeah.
So I'm a Scatterboo guy. I got Scatterboo across the leagues. I got him. So and I see what you do every week. So to me, I mean, it's a few other rookies out there, but I think those 3 are the only ones that's kind of doing work because everybody else, they're not playing.
A lot of
them if they are,
there is another rookie I wanted to give an honorable mention to. He didn't play at the beginning of the year, but since he's been in the game, Krishan Jenkins in Cleveland has been doing the doggone thing. Unlike
if they use them right.
Right. if they're not gonna throw the ball 50-something times with Doug Gabriel and actually run the ball, Jenkins is doing his thing. And I actually have him in one of my squads. Unlike Travion Henderson that you mentioned earlier.
Oh
I,
my gosh,
I
you do
am
not
I
use him
am
right.
on a boycott for New England Patriots rookies right now because I picked up Travion Henderson in multiple leagues this
You
year
did.
for dynasty purposes mainly. But last year I'm still bitter because last year I fell for the okey doke and I got Jalen Polk and Javon Baker
I fell
for
for it too. I did. I fell for it.
and like at
Yeah.
some point, I'm just gonna say no to New England Patriots rookies because apparently they never work out well for me. So we'll
So let
see.
me let me ask you this. Is it because I don't think is being in his midseason, but I don't think it's a clear front runner for rookie of the year in the
No,
NFL right
not
now.
at all.
Um, because I think still there's a lot of rookies that's still gonna play this second half of the year.
Agreed.
Give me one rookie that you probably think gonna play that could kind of succeed, that could probably do better than the Abukas and the Cam Scatterboos and the Jackson Dart that could probably take that spot.
I don't know if they're gonna do better, but I expect, and we talked about him earlier in the show. I expect Travis Hunter to make a big second half surge.
Okay.
To I don't know if he's gonna reclaim Rookie of the Year, but he's in a great position
Yes.
to not just for fantasy purposes, but in the NFL. If he can continue to make contributions to the offense like he did this last week, and then they can work him in more with the defense, I see
Yes.
him as a strong second half guy. I want to say Genty, but after what I saw this past week, they
What's
I
what's
actually
going
meant
on
to
with
change
Memphis?
my background. I didn't want it to have the RNJ logo on this week. I just wanted to have I hate the Raiders
Oh
background. I
Lord.
forgot to do it. Uh, they're just so disgusting to me that
Yeah, is it
it
is it
frustrates me.
Genty or is it offensive line?
It's the offensive line completely.
Okay.
It's this horrible team that they have out there, and it's just historically bad. They took
Okay.
a 4-12 team last year and made it worse. And they said, "Oh no, we were bad because of Antonio Pierce is a bad coach and he didn't know what he
He
was
was a
doing."
great
And blah
coach.
blah blah blah. I saw a lot more from that team last year with Antonio Pierce than I'm seeing with
Yep.
Pete Carroll, the legendary coach who blew the Super Bowl by throwing with Russell Wilson instead of running with Marshawn Lynch. I at least had the hope that the run game would be good for the Raiders. I knew they were going to be still bad, but they're worse. They're beyond my worst dreams of how bad the Raiders could be. Um, but I throw out one more
So
rookie.
can he fix
No,
can that
not this year.
because I like Genty. I think
Genty's good. He's not the problem.
Genty's the best. Honestly, I think really I talk about Cam Scatterboo, but if you really want to be truly honest about the situation,
Mm-hmm.
Genty is probably the better running back than Scatterboo.
We've
Just
got three
all
good. We
around.
have three good players on the Raiders. Max Crosby, who people were rumoring to get traded, but the Raiders like, nah, we're not
Traded.
trading
Yep.
him, which is I'm actually happy about. We've got Brock Bowers and we've got Ashton Genty. Everyone else on the team really can be here or there. I'm not saying they're not any good players, but as far
Mm-hmm.
as a top tier quality player, those are the three, and they have to do
Okay.
a much better job starting with the offensive line, and I even say with the coaching because it's been a nightmare. But I don't want to talk about the Raiders' nightmare anymore. I'm gonna give you one last rookie that I think will have a big push in the second half, and that's because he'll be
Okay.
healthy. Hopefully, fingers crossed in the second half, and that's Marion Hampton. Um, I think we
Yeah.
just started to see that he could be good, and then he got hurt. So,
Yeah.
fingers crossed if he's healthy, maybe we see him continue to be good. What rookies do you see making a big change?
I'm
Oh,
gonna go out on
and
a
I see
limb.
one in the
Um,
I see one by
and
the
I'm
way in
gonna,
the chat I wanted to talk about, but go ahead.
okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I'm gonna say Shador, man. I just feel like
If he could
Shador,
get on the
he's
field,
gonna play. He's gonna play.
are you sure?
That's obvious. Yeah, they say he gonna play. They say he
Okay.
gonna play the last 6 games maybe of the year.
Uh,
And I don't. At that point, I think it's gonna be too late for him to even make a dent in that rookie of the year race. It's more about if he's going to be effective. And I think, and if you're looking at Cleveland with Quinshawn Junkins in the backfield, he's good. Like they have an established running back now in Quinshawn Junkins. He's good. They need to get a quarterback. Obviously, we know Dylan Gabriel is not the answer. So I think I'm gonna say Shador wing because I know he's gonna get in at some point, and I think that's gonna be more. That's not gonna be a coach's decision. That's gonna be an owner's decision.
Right.
Because the owner wants to see what they have in these quarterbacks.
Right?
Because when you have 2 first-round picks next year to get a quarterback from college, who I wouldn't touch either one of those quarterbacks in college this year because none of them are good. You got to see what you got at some point in both of them. Now you seeing Dylan. Obviously, Dylan is what it is. You know, Dylan my height. Dylan can't deal with a line. So, I mean, if you're being totally honest, I mean, he's throwing 18 times for 100 yards, 116 yards. That's not good. That's backup quarterback all day long, career backup quarterback type thing. You want somebody that's going to change the culture. I'm gonna say Shador. I think it's probably gonna do work. And then I'm gonna do your mom is on one. She's a good one. Matthew Golden is one, and I talk about Matthew Golden a lot because Green Bay don't have a number one receiver. I don't even think they got a real number one. They got a bunch of twos, quality twos, maybe threes that can step in, play a role, but you got to have somebody that's going to draw a double team.
You need an alpha
Golden
dog.
is probably going to be, yes, he's going to be that alpha dog that's going to draw that double team. Because 2 weeks ago, he had, 3 receptions for 86 yards. Yeah. So he got the home run breakaway speed. He can get down the field. So they got to stop. And I think their problem is they like to pander. They like to go to, okay, I got 4 receivers and we consider all of them number ones. No. If you know the old saying, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you ain't got no quarterbacks. If you got 4 receivers that you think is number one, you ain't got no number one receiver. You got a bunch of number 2s and 3s that you want to make number ones because obviously we know the receiver market. At some point, you're gonna have to pay one. Just saying. Golden is that guy though. I think Golden can go in if they give him the opportunity, which lately they have been though.
So do you put Golden in as a bye week replacement for Devontae Adams? I definitely don't drop Golden on this question.
No, don't drop Golden.
But would you use one of these other guys like a Ted Johnson, Wan'Dale Robinson, or definitely not Xavier Leggett? By the way, Xavier Leggett is a no. He can't play.
No, please don't.
You have Romeo Dobbs.
Romeo Dobbs is so hit and
miss. Completely hit or miss.
Oh my gosh, he's more miss than anything. Right. I would say yes. I would go Matthew Golden. Wendell Robinson is another hit and miss type of guy. I might consider it just because they have nothing else to throw to out there. Tez Johnson, he gets open. But one thing about Baker throws to everybody. Yeah, but Baker throws to everybody.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Baker's going to throw. If you're looking for 5, 6, 7 receptions, you ain't getting that from Tez Johnson or Wendell Robinson or Leggett or Dobbs. Because Dobbs may get you 2 receptions, but again, he may get you 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So, but I would go Golden just because I feel like the opportunity is there for Golden to step in as that number one. Obviously, because you compete more with Dobbs and Golden on the same team, but I would go Golden if anybody.
We have and you asked specifically about rookies that we expect to do big things in the second half. Actually, we were also going to talk about just players in general that we expect to have big second halves. And I have a guy. I won't mention him, but you're going to be able to guess who it is when I say this next part about Matthew Golden. I expect Golden to definitely pick it up this second half of the season because I expect his quarterback to pick it up for the second half of the season. And I just throw it out there now while we're talking about it. Jordan Love traditionally plays better in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with it, Google Jordan Love and Toyotathon. For some odd reason, Jordan Love's stats increase during Toyota
as the season goes on.
Toyotathon happens in late November. So from late November to the end of the season, Jordan Love is somehow the man. And who's going to benefit from that has to be Matthew Golden. Jaden Reed is still waiting to come back from an injury. But those are going to be his primary targets when Toyotathon hits. For this week.
But that's the thing. Who is the other one? You got Jaden Reed.
That's it.
You got Romeo.
You have Christian Watson, who's always hurt. You have Romeo Dobbs, who's hit or miss. You have Dontarian Wicks, who is even more hit or miss than Romeo Dobbs. So
that's why I say
the all good wide receivers. I think Matthew Golden and Jaden Reed are the closest they have to a legit number one on that team. Everyone else fills in when they can.
Yes, I agree with that.
And so we'll see how that goes. But I like Matthew Golden. So to your question, definitely don't drop him. Potentially consider picking up Wan'Dale Robinson if you want. I think if I had to go just this week, I probably would go more so towards Robinson than Golden, only because Toyotathon doesn't start for another couple of weeks. And so,
well, I'm gonna throw another one, and I don't know if this guy's available. And when I give you this name, don't look at the projections.
Okay.
Just go look at the numbers he's been putting up. Dyke. His last name is Dyke.
Huh? I'm gonna interrupt you for just a second because I just know her league. I don't think they do special teams.
Okay. You don't do
kick return.
Okay.
I don't think. Double check it yourself in your league. You can look at the settings and see. But I want to say he might not be great for that league if they don't do kickoff returns.
If that's the case, you still I would go Mims too.
Yeah,
Mims is another one
and
who
Mims
I
has
would play if you don't
value even without the kick returns. I would say
yes, but if your league does kick returns, Mims, Turpin, and Dyke is 3 names you should go look for. Yeah. And if you can get Luke McCaffrey somehow, some way, those 4 names you should look for to try to put in your lineup. Don't look at the projections because the projections are going to scare you away because there's not many. Some of their projections are like 2 points, 3 points. Don't look at that stuff.
Shamir Dyke, by the way, plays for the Tennessee Titans. McCaffrey is for Washington Commanders. Turpin is the Dallas Cowboys. And you said Mims is Denver Broncos. Just to
Denver Broncos.
For finding those guys.
Yes. So just don't, again, look at the numbers they're putting up. Don't look at the projections. And I have my rule of thumb. Projections don't mean nothing because they can be broken. So just saying, those are names you can put in you'll win games like that. Because I used to have a guy named Jacoby Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Jacoby Jones. You do work. You know about Jacoby Jones. So, yeah.
Let's hit surprise player of this first half of the season.
I got one. He's not a surprise player to many.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say that last one. I'm gonna say this, but I'm gonna say this guy's name. My surprise player is Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones.
You got no winner.
If you know Daniel Jones,
Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones. Oh no, we're not calling him Danny Dimes. We're not gonna do that. His name is Daniel Jones.
Indiana Jones.
No, Daniel Jones. If you know Daniel Jones is successful when he has a top running back. He was successful with Saquon, but again, the Giants went the other way and paid him instead of Saquon.
$40 million.
A bad move. Now, he's with Jonathan Taylor,
right?
Who is another great running back. You see the success, and then you got to think about it. The Colts got a better offensive line. They got better receivers, and they got. If you had to put Jonathan Taylor and Saquon in the same, you could put them in the same breath, put them in the same sentence. So it really don't matter. I'm gonna say Daniel Jones is definitely somebody that he's the guy, and he's gonna get paid.
Yeah.
and he's playing pretty well. To For me, I was surprised because I was like, man, he beat out Anthony Richardson, who they about to put on IR by the way, because he hurt again, and I think that's his last. He's done in Indy, so they're gonna pay him at the end of the
Yeah.
season. They're gonna pay Daniel Jones at the end of the season to be the starting quarterback. Now, would they give him? I don't know, because if they give him anything $50 million, they're insane.
Yeah. By the way, shout out Key West Lou over on Facebook. We started just last week simulcasting on both YouTube and Facebook. So I see him joining us. That's the Supreme Uncle for those that know. Um, Joining us on Facebook Live saying Jones disappears off the planet. I don't think he's going to disappear off the planet this year
Not
because
this year.
as long as
No.
as long as Jonathan Taylor is there, he is going to do some doggone things. Like I said, he's great for making money off the backs of his running backs, and so that's
Yes.
going to be a situation. I 100% had him. I had a couple of other nominations for this award for the surprise player, but Daniel Jones for me wins it hands down. I picked him up
Yeah.
in one of my dynasty leagues just because like he was there. He's been my starter since the beginning of the season, and he has been balling out. And I'm that is one of my better performing teams, and it's all because of Daniel Jones. So I'm happy for him.
Well, I got one,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to do something else with it, but I'm gonna say it anyway, so it don't matter. Um,
Uh,
JSN,
you
JSN.
get dude, you had your chance. But go ahead, say JSN because that was gonna be the next one I said.
Man, we already know we agree on
Yeah.
99% of everything,
Yes,
so
we
it
do.
is what it is. JSN, he leads the league in receiving yards, 119 yards, and I say he may end up as the number one fantasy wide receiver this year
Yeah.
at this rate.
And you did not
Um,
grab. You probably he was I think ranked at like 10 or 12 to start the season in
I
preseason
got him in one
rankings,
league.
and
I
he is
got him in one
killing
league,
it.
so he killing it. So JSN is. I am look. I get props for props. Deserve it,
Speak,
and he's doing his thing. I
Speaking of,
thought he was going
go ahead.
probably going to struggle being the number one, but I was wrong about that. Lord, I was so wrong about that.
Look,
So hey,
speaking of players making money off the backs of other players, Sam Darnold had Justin
yep,
Jefferson last year, and he has
he got
JSN this year.
JSN this year.
He's gonna make some money. Maybe not Daniel Jones money, but he's gonna make some money. Based off what we've seen, as long as he doesn't blow it at the end of the year like he did in Minnesota when he got to the
I mean, he
playoffs.
almost blew it the other night.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
did.
geez.
He did.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Lord. He
Uh,
almost blew it. Yes.
I'm gonna throw out one more surprise player of the year, and I said I'm banning all Patriots rookies and young players, but Drake May is gonna get some love for me right here in this spot because I
Mm-hmm.
did not have big expectations for Drake May. He's another one of those guys that you probably got, but he's in the top, I think like five to seven of depending on your scoring system of fantasy football quarterbacks right now, and you got Drake May for the low, but he's putting up some very impressive numbers. And I don't really know who he's doing it with because I look at that.
I mean, Diggs. Diggs is about the only one I can think of.
He's not even playing that
Um,
well. He's
I
had
mean,
some moments, but it's
somebody
like
doing something.
somebody's doing something. They've got guys
Somebody doing
making things
something.
happen. He is doing his Drake May thing. So shout out to him. But for me,
I got one
it's
for you.
obviously
I
Daniel
don't think you
Jones.
thought about this one
Oh, who
though.
you got? Who else you got?
Javante Williams.
I have him for another
Com-
category, but that's the good one.
Coming into the season, he, not even he, but Dallas
Mm-hmm.
was looked at as they didn't have a running back. Javante Williams is going to be a fill-in
Yep.
type of thing. Da 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 da. Turns out Javante Williams is second leading rusher in the league now at 597 yards, on pace for 1,000. Hey, I'm with it. Like, and you got Javante, man, so late, and he's second best running back in the league and doing work. So Javante is one. Got to give him a shout out to that.
And since you mentioned him, I just go to the next category: comeback players. guys that maybe didn't have the most success last year, but are killing it this year. And my winner was gonna be Javonte Williams because when he
I'm sorry.
no, no, he fits both categories because it's a surprise how good Javonte Williams. We talked about him on the show last week, and it may have sounded like I was picking someone above him, but I did like Javonte Williams, and I definitely like. I don't like the fact that he's doing it for the Cowboys because ew. But Javonte Williams, you got with a very low pick, and you're getting, like you said, top 2 running back production out of this guy. So shout out to him. Another one I was going to mention was Keenan Allen. If you watched in Chicago, you probably had lower expectations. Maybe 8 times caught up with him. But he's found the fountain of youth getting back in that powder blue outfit uniform. So give some props to Keenan Allen and what they're doing. You mentioned Justin Fields when we're doing MVP guys, and Keenan Allen is a big reason why some of that's happening. You got any other?
I want to shout out.
Yeah,
I want to shout out Jake Ferguson.
It's a good one.
Jake Ferguson. I scooped up Jake Ferguson after week 2, and he's been in my lineup ever since. Jake Ferguson is probably I ain't gonna say probably, but is the number 1 tight end in fantasy football right now. In that offense, it's like with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. That offense is so amazing that I have never seen. Well, I ain't gonna say I've never seen it, but I can't remember the last time an offense was able to carry 3 1,000-yard receivers.
Yeah, it doesn't happen frequently.
It don't happen a lot, and they are on pace. CeeDee Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson is on pace for 1,000 yards, and it's possible that can happen.
Which is crazy to me with, like we just said, the type of season that Javonte Williams is happening. It's like well, one, it helps their defense is garbage, so they have to keep scoring. They have to keep throwing, running, doing whatever they can. So it's their bad defense is really helping you out for your fantasy football teams. If you have basically anybody, you even mentioned Turpin, no matter who you have, they're going to be able to give you some points because they have to keep scoring. They have to keep pushing the ball the whole game.
And that's crazy. Like, I'm trying to think who's the last team that had 3 1,000-yard receivers.
That would take some research.
I don't know who did it. I know it happened before or it came close, but I can't remember who it was.
I would think maybe the Greatest Show on Turf, just off
that far back,
knowing them, but I don't even know if they did it. I'm just trying to think of a team that could have done it.
Oh no, the Bengals.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The Bengals almost did it. Because I think Chase, Higgins, who was the third receiver?
Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
Tyler Boyd.
They almost did it one year. Tyler Boyd was like maybe 100 yards short of 1,000, and they would have had 3,000-yard receivers. So yeah, it's rare that you see that. So definitely, if you probably can't get him now. Jake Ferguson's probably gone, but
he better be.
Whoever got him, play him. So oh yeah. Now, who is your most disappointing?
Wait, how much time do we have left in the show?
We're gonna hold that for the end. Now, who is your? Give me one. Well, give me any amount of players you want. That's gonna do better in the second half than they did in the first half of this year.
All right. Well, my number one is the one I mentioned before. I expect big things to happen for Jordan Love. If you weren't with us when we were talking about Jordan Love, there is a correlation between Toyotathon and Jordan Love's success in NFL and fantasy football. So that's happening near the second half or end of November, and Jordan Love is going to start playing lights out apparently because that's what he does, and I expect that to help. your fantasy football teams, and I mostly expected to help my fantasy football team because I do have Jordan Love, and I need something. I need more than we've seen.
Need more.
I need a lot more than what I've seen so far. I have a hopeful along those
Okay.
same lines, and that's C.J. Stroud, because
Yeah,
it's been that offensive line is
that's the
awful.
issue.
But I went big. I didn't really go that big on C.J. Stroud, but I did try to get Nico Collins in a lot of places, and I need an improvement, if you will, in that side of play. I think it can happen. Looking at the schedule for the second half, but that's more of a hope than a belief.
Well,
I'm not
I
too
think the biggest
convinced.
problem with them is the
Mm-hmm.
offensive line, yes.
Yeah,
But I think a lot of it has to do the lack of a running game
yeah.
is there.
They're
And I
missing
think
Joe
if you're
Mixon
gonna
a lot.
go, oh, so bad, they
Yeah,
miss Joe Mixon. You can see it. And
yeah.
I granted Nick Chubb filled in and did what he could, but Nick Chubb is not the same.
No, you can't have the
And
knee
so
injuries he's had and be the
yeah,
same.
and be the same. At some point, they just got to go strictly to Woody Marks. It's just say, we're gonna let you run the rock and kind of go.
That's what the coach said they were gonna do. And
They need to. They need to. Woody Marks need to be their guy going forward because Nick Chubb is he's not even getting you 3 yards to carry no
no,
more. Like what is like it's bad like when he's on the field. So and that's why a lot of teams load up and they say, all right, look, Strap, we're gonna make you beat us because A, can't nobody block for you, and B, Nico Collins dropping wide open passes. I love Nico, don't get me wrong.
yeah,
But Nico dropped a wide open pass
yeah, yeah,
last night, the other night. So they gotta do better with that. And I think they need to establish a second receiver to help Nico.
yeah,
They don't have that. So if they looking for a second, but they don't have a second receiver to help them. So between the offensive line and running back and not having a second receiver, Stroud running for his life, and then
yeah,
Nico probably getting double teamed. So at the end of the day, it's never he gotta they gotta some players gotta step up to help him.
yeah.
But it's a good one though because I believe in Stroud. I think Stroud is good.
We've seen him be good. I think
Yeah.
he can do it again. I got one more, and all of my second half guys are basically quarterbacks, and this one is pretty much 100% because of injuries. Lamar Jackson, I think,
Mm-hmm.
if you drafted him, you're probably crying because you've been suffering through Cooper Rush, probably.
Yes, yes,
Oh my
and yes.
Yeah, our producer definitely has been suffering through that right now. The sooner he gets back, I don't know whether it's going to be enough time to get the Ravens together because I had the Ravens as my
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl favorite in our bold predictions, which I am slightly trying to walk away from if I can.
No,
Uh,
no, no, no. You can't walk
no, I
away
can't
from it.
walk away from my bold prediction.
I,
Uh, but
I'm not saying don't walk away from it
I
like
think they get better, and for fantasy purposes, I expect Lamar Jackson to help your fantasy football team once he comes back healthy. Hopefully this week, maybe not, maybe next week, but sometime soon.
yeah.
There's help coming.
I think I think they'll be all right.
Yeah,
It's still, I mean, granted the record it looks bad.
it looks
Don't get me
really
wrong,
bad.
it looks bad. But I just think even them sneaking in as a 5, 6, 7 seed,
Yeah, if
they're
they're
probably going to be a dangerous
if they're a wild
7
card,
seed, or 6
yeah,
seed.
they're a wild card you
It's
don't want to
dangerous.
see.
You don't want to see. So I think they sneak in. I think they get in somehow, and I think Lamar turns it around when he come back. So it ain't like he was playing super bad when he left, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
So
he's good. He's just not healthy.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Patrick. It's a double, so this is two guys in one. I'm gonna say Patrick Mahomes and Rasheed Rice. We talked about this last week. He was missing Rasheed Rice. Rasheed Rice came in and made an instant impact in that offense. Because no disrespect to Worthy, but Worthy's not a number one right now. He's a
Mm-hmm.
great number
Yeah, he's number
two.
two. He's not a one.
Rasheed is that guy. Yeah, he's not a one. He's a number two. But Rasheed comes in and he kind of settles that number one spot. And he gets in and he does
Mm-hmm.
the small things. He ain't flashy back at all. Not even I don't think the man got a flashy bone in his body when it comes to playing receiver. But he's so steady. He's a possession receiver,
Yeah.
but a number one possession receiver who can get open. He's a great route runner. Worthy is a guy that now he's going to draw that attention away from Worthy. Now they can take it over the top. That's why I say Mahomes is going to have a better second half than he had first half.
Which is crazy because he's had a great first half for fantasy purpose. He's not the in some leagues he actually is the number one quarterback, depending on your system. But he's in everybody's top 5, no matter what you're saying. He's been phenomenal somehow. This first half of the season, he is going to be bananas. The second half,
I'm telling you. He gonna do some work,
and I have him in one of my teams, and I'm hoping he can.
I got him too. So.
Yeah, but yeah, as good as Mahomes has been, I'm with you. He's gonna be even better the second half of the season. So
it's gonna be crazy, and I think he gonna do some work, and they just gotta watch out because him and Worthy, and I think the only thing Kansas City really is missing, and they're trying to find, is that running back position.
Yeah.
Because they really don't know who is the running back there now.
Neither Pacheco,
or was fine for a year.
They've
been hit and miss.
Yeah.
Then they bring in the other rookie Smith. So it's like, okay, who are you trying to really play? Pacheco, we thought Pacheco was going to be that guy. Not say he can't be, but it's just him and Hunt splitting duties and then Smith coming in and doing work. They're missing that piece at running back.
Agreed.
So that's why you see Mahomes running so much. I ain't never seen him run this much in years. So
he ain't never had him run so much.
But that running has been helping your fantasy football teams because he's getting.
I want him to run all day, all night because he's having me win games.
So he's doing
the running is good. I'll take the running. Just the slide though. Please.
Don't get hurt.
Please don't get hurt. Slide. But that's I got a double. So them, and then I got Devontae Smith. To me, he's a low key, and this might sound crazy, but I think he is the low key number one receiver over there because he really doesn't like AJ Brown.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's Philly, but AJ Brown, you could say I ain't upset, but he get upset when he ain't getting the ball. I don't know him being his presence.
90% of wide receivers.
Yeah, but they don't show it like that, like he does. Not like AJ Brown, but not all of them because their quarterback forces them the ball.
Look, you've been spoiled in San Francisco because Kyle Shanahan basically just makes all his wide receivers into blockers, so they don't get the diva-ness that you get from some other teams. But if you go back enough,
I guess
to the Terrell Owens times in San Francisco, y'all, wide receivers, the really good.
But what I'm saying is, I feel like Devontae Smith, does he benefit from AJ Brown being on the side? Of course,
100%.
We know that he definitely benefits 100%. But AJ Brown can be that guy. I'm sorry, Devontae Smith can be that guy.
Hey, they both ate
given
this past week.
Oh, did you see what Devontae Smith did last week?
Both ate this past week. It was beautiful. If you had, I don't have Devontae Smith anywhere, but I do have AJ Brown somewhere. So yeah, they put up numbers.
I just think that the way the offense works, you're not gonna get that.
That's
but I just
the part
think
about
Devontae can be good. Yeah, the way it works, can. But they'll be all right though. You can get that though.
Yeah, that's the only thing that concerns me about not just Devontae Smith, but that whole offense together. As far as receivers, you never really know. They have these
which
moments
one is going to do work.
They do work, and then sometimes it's like they're gonna just run the ball, and none of the wide receivers are gonna get any action. So, but
nope.
But if they're gonna make a push, I think you're gonna have to see more of what we saw this past week. So
yes,
I like the definitely.
Let's now let's touch on
the disappointing
who
players.
Is your mid-season disappointing players.
And I said before, do you have?
You can start.
How much time do we have? We have bedtime, so I'm gonna try to keep it short.
Lord have
My
mercy.
most disappointing, and I don't even know if he's the most disappointing because my expectations weren't that high, but I don't even know how many teams I drafted Calvin Ridley on because he was gonna be the number one wide receiver in this offense. I didn't expect to be great with Cam Ward being a rookie, but I expected to be productive. And that offense has looked terrible. And Calvin Ridley, I drafted him on several teams. I have him on 0 right now. I dropped him everywhere I had him because that was my biggest disappointment. For other people, and you should have listened to me, you wouldn't be this disappointed. Probably saying Saquon Barkley. A lot of people are saying based off his. In fact, they're probably saying Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry together based off their production from last year. But there's a thing called regression where I was like, they're not gonna have the years they had a year ago. It's just not possible to do that. 2 years in a row in a physical NFL. But even expecting some regression, they've been worse than I expected. I still thought they would be about their average. They're a bit below us, and more so for me, disappointed in Derrick Henry. But neither one of those guys is probably giving you the production you expected. I'll throw out one more name, and I don't know who to blame this on, but Brian Thomas Jr. In Jacksonville.
I can tell you.
Okay, take it over. Who we blaming?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor is the responsible party.
Well, no.
Okay.
I would say 50% of it is Brian Thomas Jr. because he drops a lot of passes.
Yeah.
And if you watch him, he drops a lot of wide open passes.
He has dropped. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then I'm gonna say Trevor because Trevor doesn't look his way as much. Yeah. And if you think about it, think about this for a minute. He was more deadly with Mac Jones last year than he was with Trevor Lawrence.
I give you that.
Because remember, Trevor Lawrence missed the last
he did
8 or 9 games last year. That's when Brian Thomas Jr. took off with Mac Jones. I know I'm not just saying that because Mac Jones is with us now. I'm just speaking facts.
Right.
I'm just speaking facts. Mac Jones was the reason why he was good last year.
Yeah.
And I don't know why that couldn't pick up with Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence doesn't look his way. I think the person that benefits the most is Travis Hunter. Honestly, from a Trevor Lawrence standpoint, he benefits the most from any of that. But yes, it's not Brian Thomas Jr. all the way. He can take 50% responsibility of that. I'm gonna say Geno Smith is one. And I was just looking at his contract yesterday, and y'all can't get out of that contract to 2027.
Yeah.
If y'all even wanted to go get another quarterback, you can't do it because you still got to pay him for 2 more years, which it sucks for y'all. But Geno is terrible. You can't bench him because you're paying him so much money. They're not though.
They can show no bench him when Aiden O'Connell goes back and
so you gonna bench a $30 million quarterback?
Yep.
You think that's okay? All right. I'm not mad at that.
In a heartbeat because Geno Smith has been awful to watch. He didn't throw an interception last week for the first time, but
okay,
they were terrible. Did you hear what I said? 31-0. It was just awful. That offense is in shambles, and it's the only reason I don't put him completely in this fantasy football category is though I have Geno Smith in several leagues, I wasn't excited about having him in any of them. I have him in a couple of dynasty leagues just by default, and I was like, I don't expect it. But I would say, and I said same thing I said for the Raiders. As low as my expectations were for Geno Smith, he's been even worse than that, and that's the most.
But if you base it off of what Geno did last year, because everything everything is based off of the year before. Gino, but you also got to put a lot of that in context because
he had better
of the
players.
people around him, the players, better players, things of that nature. So if you want to say that, then yes. But Gino has been a 4,000-yard quarterback 2 years in a row before this. So you got to expect Gino to come in and play halfway decent. Not the way he's playing now, though. Gino is throwing interceptions like his mind is bad.
He's still on pace to throw 30. And
I know.
it's insane. Like I said, I wasn't excited about Gino, but I did not expect that. Mainly, like you said, I didn't expect this number of interceptions, and I expected him to be able to at least move the ball. I didn't expect him to be. I didn't even expect him to get 4,000 this year because we don't have anyone for him to throw to except for Brock Bowers, and Jacoby Myers is trying to get away from the team as much as he can. There's not anything. He wanted to get traded before the season started, and he's reiterating those same requests right now, saying "Let me go." And at this point, I'm like, y'all might as well, because they can't pass, they can't do, they can't run, they can't anything. This offense just stinks. They need to burn it to the ground and just start a whole new one. By the way,
and
I
I'm
see,
gonna say,
going back to our Facebook, I mean, we got as the disappointment, apparently the entire Ravens team, which I showed up.
yeah.
So,
I'm gonna go Tua, another quarterback that's getting paid a lot of money, and he's disappointed and he's not showing up. And I think it goes hand in hand with him and Mike McDonald,
yeah,
Mike, the coach.
mm-hmm.
So it goes hand in hand with both of them. Both of them are bad, and I think what's happening is the league has caught up to what they want to do. And I have this thing, and I say this all the time: Alabama quarterbacks are not the greatest quarterbacks in the NFL. They need to be surrounded by talent to look good in order for that to happen. It has to be the coaching staff and talent for them to be great in the NFL. And we've seen examples of Alabama quarterbacks that haven't been great in the NFL because of that. The talent wasn't around or the coaching wasn't there. I want to say it's the same thing with Tua, but I think when originally when the coach got there, that offense was kind of new. Nobody really knew what it was. And I think Tyreek Hill being missing also hurts him a whole lot. But he wasn't playing well with Tyreek Hill either.
No.
So
that
throwing
like
interceptions.
That first year they took the lead by surprise, but it's been a downward progression every year since then.
Yep.
I won't say immediately starting with the concussions, but not too long after that. And I think it's like you said, the league has figured it out. There are a lot of ways a one-trick pony, and you're not going.
And they're not tough. That's one of their main problems. They're not tough.
Yeah.
They don't they don't present any toughness
nah.
at all. Like the rah tough guys,
mm-hmm.
they'll have a mean player on their team. Everybody's too nice.
Yeah.
And I think back to Tua though, Tua just makes mistakes that he shouldn't be making at this point. And I'm gonna throw another one out there, and I know people might say I'm hating whatever, but I'm say Brock Purdy.
Okay.
I'm gonna say based off because he's trying to get rid of the injury stigma that he's not always hurt, and I've said he's always hurt, but it's there now. Like he's hurt, but the one game, well, we lost 2 games, but one of the games that we lost, he came back too early and he didn't look the same.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he can't get healthy and not look good again, but to me, the writing was on the wall last year when you seen when the talent broke down and everybody got hurt, he couldn't. That's why I always ask the question, even to you off camera and to other people, Mac Jones or him, because we seen what Mac Jones is doing with this, if you want to call it a ragtag offense, because a lot outside of McCaffrey.
Yeah, I was say with Chris McCaffrey.
Outside of McCaffrey. Yeah, what are we throwing to outside of McCaffrey? So nothing's there. But
Kendrick Bourne was putting up numbers until I picked them up and put them on my team.
You should have kept him where he was at.
I should have kept him where he was at. Yes.
So I mean, I'm just saying, like you got Kendrick Bourne, you got Jennings. First on is not. So it's just there.
Yeah.
I would say I'm a little disappointed in him because he was supposed to come in and be say last year was a bad year, wasn't my fault, but I'm coming in this year and I'm gonna make it right again. But that's not the case. So.
He was better for you when he was Mr. Irrelevant. Now he's Mr. Paycheck. So I don't know. Mr. Paycheck don't produce the same way. He ain't got the hunger no more. So we'll have to
I guess, man, if you want to say that. I mean, if you want to say he's not hungry no more, then hey, I'm with you on that one. So hey, whatever.
Hey. Well, you got any more? Well, I'm Oh no, you got one to go.
Well, no, it's not disappointing, but I want to go back to one other category we were saying.
Okay.
Surprises, and I'm gonna throw out Debo.
Okay.
Debo Sanders is one guy I think people thought wasn't going to be good this year, but he surprised a lot of people, and he's actually good now. So, and I don't know if it's a change of scenery. I don't know if it's coaching. He just looked more like he in shape this year, and like he's ready to play.
Hey, he's the Luka of the NFL. Got in shape and he's ready to roll. They lost to the Golden State, which I'm very excited about. But you know, hey, he's come back.
I mean, we're gonna see. I do want to make one announcement, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
I accidentally signed up for fantasy basketball, which I might end up. I signed up for 2 teams, which I don't know how it happened, but I got 2 basketball teams now, and I don't know if I'm gonna play them. But like I was telling you the other day, I think I'm gonna play them. I think I'm gonna play them and just see what happens and go from there. So, season started yesterday, and the way it works is you don't get points day of like the game they play. Is in hockey may work the same way, but it's points for the week. Is that how hockey does it?
Yeah, same thing.
So it's points for the week, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so I got right now. I got up to I want to say it's 4 days. The next 4 days, the points kind of add up and they go from there. It's strange though, but I'm gonna see what it do. I'm gonna see what it do. I might sprinkle in some basketball talk every now and then. Hey, so who knows?
We got football talk. Sydney and I got the hockey talk. You throw in the basketball talk. Hey, we're gonna have a complete fantasy football, hockey, basketball. Throw in maybe some baseball show.
Hey, I'm down for that baseball. Let's go.
No, I'm not. That's too long. That's way too long.
Hey, you need something to do with the rest of the year, right?
No, that is way too long. Basketball long.
Yeah,
baseball is long. That's 62, 63 games? Nah, I'm good.
You gotta be committed. I'll say that much. So,
man, I ain't trying to hear that. Committed for nothing. No sir.
We don't talk a lot of defense, but I just want to give a shout out to Brian Young for the Rams, who's been when I have IDP positions, he's been holding it down, holding my fort down for me. So just give the defensive players a little bit of love. And hey, let's get some love to a kicker, just because.
I gotta list the defensive players.
Aubrey's been a guy that's doing it for me.
Aubrey is great. Look,
Aubrey's good.
Man, look, let me tell you something. Aubrey can win games by yourself, bro.
We said the Cowboys offense, and we include him in that special teams unit. They do work, bro. But thanks everybody for being a part of the show, whether you play on offense, defense, or special teams. We appreciate you being part of the show. Join us every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Hit like, hit subscribe. Tell your friends to hit like and subscribe as well. And join us. Hopefully, you guys will have a great second half of your season.
Yes.
If your first one hasn't lived up to all your expectations, hopefully you get it going around in these next 7 weeks. So stick with us. Hit us up on social media. And, hey, always hit us up in the comments and let us know what you think.